since when my husband and I married in 76. 2 years of that, and then after that he was a runner. And in the early 80s he took up running 100 miles, 50 miles, and Dr. Arlene Taylor kept telling him, that's not normal, something is going to happen, you are killing your body. And he said, yeah, but it's fun, right? Well, in 1995 we were introduced to Prime, and runners take all kinds of crap during the run, and they eat horrible for energy. Whatever they put on those tables, they eat. So at 50 something, my husband said, I am not the ultra runner I used to be, because he did a successful 100 miles and he finished 9th overall, did it in 19 hours, 46 minutes, under 24 hours. So all he wanted was that silver buckle. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because people tell me, well, if it's been on the inner prime, why did he still get cancer? So in 94, impacts came with the inner prime, but we didn't know until 95 of February. Our dentist, who was also talking about prevention for, gum diseases and stuff, introduced my husband, and my husband said, nah, I already have all what I do during my run and I'm not interested. But behind every successful man there is a woman, right? But I'll tell you, one of the things I never thought it would happen was something in my heart, and I didn't know the story as much as I know it now, but something in my heart told me, you have to do this, you have to do this. Do the inner prime, even though my husband said no. And I said, what you got to lose? And my dentist said, you can have it for free. I'm not going to charge you. I want to see what it does to you during your runs. Well, oh my goodness, I made a commitment. We've been married 42 years. That's probably the best commitment I have made in my life that I never broke. And I said, I promise you, I will make that smoothie for you every day. But we got to try this. It's been 23 years, and I kept my word. Because when I'm not home, he doesn't do it. The way I do it, he does it just a little bit in a bottle, and that's it. But one of the things it was so important for me, that first meeting with Dr. Arlene Taylor. Little did we know, she gave me those tools that she gave you today. And one of the things you have to know is, a gentleman came this week and said, I came and I got water and I was told about the inner prime, but really wasn't into it. He says, today, when I met you, he said, it's not a coincidence. God just put you here. I just finished my chemo. So when you hear Dr. Arlene Taylor, you do not know 5 years from now, 2 years from now. We've been on the inner prime for 7 years. Not missing it, every single day a tablespoon. 7 years later, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer on the throat. Could not be operated. The doctor said, you have about 8 months, go home, do your whatever affairs you need to do. And actually, he said, live your life the best you could do, because you have 8 months. But that voice, and I know it's God. When you're close to God and you pray for your health, God tells you where to go and what to do. And I tell Greg, the doctors kept telling him, you're going to die, and this cancer is so aggressive, and we have morphine, we have any kind of drug you want. And I look at them because somebody put my ears closed and said, he's going to be okay, he's going to be okay, he's going to be okay. And it is true. Sometimes we hear that voice of God and we think, oh, no, it can't be. Yes, he is telling you something, and you got to be attentive to listen. That's when I have learned to depend on God, because I love him so much. And through prayers is when I hear voices in my heart. I don't hear his voice, but he's telling me in my heart what to do. You know, when those doctors told my husband, you're going to die, we went back to the car, and my husband said, I'm going to die. And something in me, I wasn't worried. I just looked at him in the face and I said, no, you're not. You're not going to die from this. And he was so upset. He said, I feel like a deer on a headlight. Why me? I eat right, I exercise, I do everything I'm told to do, and here I am. I'm going to die. And I said, no, you're not. And he said, you know, doctor. The doctor just told me I'm going to die. And you know, this powerful heart of mine said to him, I wasn't even crying, I said, he can be a doctor, but he's no God. And God just told me, you're going to be okay. But you're going to have to do exactly what I tell you. And you do everything I tell you, and I'm going to do this for you within on the inner prime. Arlene Taylor said that if you put that powder in your body, it's going to develop the good cells, the T cells that fight cancer.
And the doctor said, man, you're fit, and you eat right, and you don't seem to have any stress. And I said, well, I'm doing, he said, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm taking Inner Prime, I'm doing these things. My wife, she had the whole thing, because she was in charge of my health.
Right,
let me tell you. You know my wife.
Right.
He has had 4 cancers. They all have been aggressive. 8 years in remission. After 5, they tell you you're in remission. He has sarcoma. He's a runner. Has sarcoma. Is being misdiagnosed for 1 year. And we were told when cancer comes back, it's a matter of 3 to 6 months, because your immune system is weak, especially all the radiations he had. 8 weeks of radiation on the throat. Cannot swallow. Couldn't talk for a while. Cannot taste food, but he eats. But we researched it. Sarcoma is caused by too much radiation. Okay? So then he got skin cancer. After that one, the last one happened a year ago, and it's prostate cancer. Every doctor that have done, 4 doctors that have taken care of my husband said, at your age of 71, I have never seen a healthy patient on the inside. What do you do? He says, cancer patients, when you open them up, it's obvious. He said most of the time we close them back up because we don't know. The tissue, the muscle, the blood test, everything looks so healthy. Never had a colonoscopy, and doctor said, at your age, you need one because of your cancer history. He just had one done. That Inner Prime, you cannot leave here without taking a bottle of Inner Prime and stick with it. I am telling you, I am 65 years old. I take that every single day. Tablespoon a day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, depending what I'm doing. And the doctor told my husband, you have a colon of a 35 to 40-year-old is so clean, not even polyps. At your age, people are full of that, men or women, because their diet is so bad. That product in there detoxes you, cleans you daily, and don't be afraid to go to the bathroom, get rid of that stuff. I truly believe you are here by the grace of God. And people tell me, oh, but it's so expensive. No, it's not. Because expensive is when you put your family through misery. You are at the doctors at the waiting list, waiting to see a doctor. That is expensive. Your precious time is being spent at the doctors every month, every week. And that bottle of Prime is not expensive when it comes to your health. And I am grateful to God, because for me, I was at 35 going downhill. Antibiotics ruined my immune system. And it was through the Prime that I got my immune system back up. And here I am telling you, believe me, when you see my husband, nobody can believe he's 71 years old. And healthy as he can be on the inside. And my husband tells the doctors, I know everybody tells me I'm so healthy, but here and there I get cancer.